Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another one of our WNL Premier Series Season 3 qualifiers this weekend at Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington, courtesy of Jaden Welch, our owner and course designer of Life Force over in Washington. And I am really excited to be seeing how everything can unfold out here with an amazing course, an amazing team, and even more amazing athletes. Hello, everybody. My name is Billy Dixon. I am joined alongside American Ninja legend Travis Rosen out here on the mic here today. We're going to be starting out with the kids division in just a moment. And Travis, we are on like the tail end of our qualifiers now. We've only got 3 more, including this one. How are we feeling now?
Yeah, it's been a great season so far, Billy. Like you said, we're coming near the end of this Premier Season 3, but coming today from the Pacific Northwest. So excited to see how the kids kick us off in Bellingham, Washington at Life Force. You said it before we started that this is one of your favorite gyms. I'm so excited to see the courses that they have put together. I know we're going to see some incredible ninja action this weekend.
Absolutely. So many amazing accolades that this gym has and the whole community has as well. There are so many ninjas that travel from Canada as well because it's in Washington near the border. And we absolutely love how everyone comes together on the West Coast and Canada and everyone in Washington as a whole coming together for every Life Force competition that is held. But, of course, we are in the Premier Series right here, right now, and we're going to be having a look at how all of our athletes have gotten to this point in the WNL, and we're going to be seeing how they got here along with the rules. So, we have taken the top 25% of all athletes, combining their World Championship results and their season standings, and everyone with those credentials that fit have gotten an invitation to the Premier Series. This also goes for a couple of athletes around the world that might not have gone to Worlds, but they have been prominent in their own competitions in their respective international countries, and we have invited them to take part in any qualifier they please to. In terms of the actual competition we are running here, we have got 2 courses that you guys are going to be seeing, the placement course and the challenge course. On placement, if you fall or you run out of time, your run is over, simple as that. And then on the challenge course, we have 2 retries per athlete, but you can only use 1 retry on an obstacle once. So if you fail an obstacle on the challenge course and you have a retry available, you can then go back, retry the obstacle, and if you clear it, you can carry on with your course run. The purposes of both of these courses is as follows. The placement course is going to seed the run order for the challenge course. If you get first place on placement, you're going last on challenge to see more people go on the course. You've earned that right. And for the challenge course, it ultimately determines who is going to qualify for our Premier Series finals. Last year's finals happened right here at Life Force, and this year they are going to be held at Motus Ninjas in Lee Summit, Missouri on the 22nd and 23rd of November. We saw Motus's qualifier back in August, and it was absolutely amazing, and I'm very excited to be seeing how everyone out there is going to be able to go at it on these courses that are going to be set up for the Premier Series finals. But right here, right now, we are out in Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington, and we have got 19 kids getting ready to perform their best on the Life Force stage. We have 8 females and the rest of them consisting of males out here. And we've got some big names out here, Travis, but we're going to be having a look at the placement courses obstacle list so far. We've got 7 that we're going to be looking at here. We've got Sonic Curve, Enter the Box, and then Exit the Box too, following by Times Ticking, Crisscross Lachaise, Around the Bend, and Sliding into Home. I love the obstacle names that they always have out here at Life Force. It's one of their biggest traits, and I'm very excited to be seeing what these obstacles actually consist of physically.
Yeah, definitely, Billy. I love the creativity that these course designers put into naming the obstacles. Now we get to see them soon, as we're going to have a demo runner show us the course momentarily, but it's going to be a fun competition. Like you said, this placement course, it's all about seeding for the challenge course, where it really all matters. That's how these athletes get a ticket to the finals at Modus. Like you said, top 4 will punch a ticket for that. So everyone's going to be gunning for it. And there's so many athletes in this group, both female and male. So it's going to be super competitive. They want a spot at the finals, but you also know they want to hit some buzzers and go for first place.
Absolutely. It's going to be an incredible time to see who ultimately comes out on top and getting those top 4 placements in both the female and male division. Now, one thing I do want to note on, and this goes for the entirety of the competition. I was checking Instagram earlier today and I saw that Lifeforce posted a couple of photos of a few obstacles that they have going for them. Apparently, we have like a video game type theme. They said it's a quick tease of some of the video game-like obstacles that we have set up for this wild competition at Premier Series. And here is our placement course that is consisting of a couple of them. The Sonic Curve, I like the reference to Sonic the Hedgehog, enter the box and exit the box, times ticking. Crisscross Lachaise is going to be coming through now, which we love to see across a couple of these ladders. We can see Jaden, our course designer, on here right now, around the bend, then sliding into home is going to be Skate Tech over to the buzzer. That is a very fast and poppy course. And for the entirety of our weekend, the time limit for this placement course is going to be 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's super fast, Billy. Typically, the placement courses are all about speed, but having a 45-second time limit, even for the kids age group, it is gonna be quick. And what typically seems to happen, they come up with these time limits, and yet you still see so many ninjas who still blow that time out of the water. So I'm excited to see just how fast these athletes can get through this course today. And everyone's going to be watching each other. You talked about the importance of getting a good time on this placement course so you can go later in the challenge course. It's so helpful as an athlete to see competitors go before you because you get to see what works, what doesn't work. It really helps your strategy.
It really does help your strategy, and a lot of these athletes, and if not all of them, are going to really have to hone in on their full-on athletic ability if they want to get into the Premier Series finals, because we have so many of these guys that are going to be coming through. We've got 10 males and then 8 females, and I'm very excited to be seeing how things go for all of them. And one person that I do want to shout out in particular is someone that we actually saw a couple weeks back for Fitset Ninja in Canada, and that is Riley Benedega out here. And she is our reigning world champion for the kids female division, and I'm very excited to be seeing how she's going to do out here at Lifeforce, one of the biggest gyms in the country. But we're going to be getting started with our first runner of the day out here very shortly, which is going to be Crimson Surdy out here, coming out of Traverse Fitness in Canada. So we're starting out with some Canadian athlete out here, and I'm getting ready to see what the standard is going to be set like for our Lifeforce competition.
Yeah, it's going to be really great. It's tough being the first competitor. So Crimson, she hasn't seen anyone go other than the demo runner who developed the course. So she really is the one who gets the first true taste. And as we've said so many times through this season, for this kids division, sometimes height really plays a factor. I like that. I think she went, maybe not.
Oh no, but there, unfortunately, is going to be the end of Crimson's run. Very fast there. So it seems like, looking at things right there, on that trampoline jump, they are really going to have to hone in on their lower body ability and properly force themselves upward to grab onto that ring and to enter the box.
Yeah, definitely. Just as I was saying those words, she fell up a little short there. I know she had probably some nerves and nobody had gone, like we said, but it can be tricky for a smaller athlete on some of these jumps, some of these grabs. And like you said, to hit that mini tramp with a little more power, a little more aggressiveness, I think is the way these young athletes are going to have to do it if they want to be able to get enough height and make that grab. It's a little scary, but they're really going to have to commit. And we'll see if some of these later athletes can get it.
And with that, we're going to be moving on to another Canadian out here, Hallie Gavin out here, coming out of Alberta, representing Fitset. She's coming along through across those little stepping stones right there. Amazing swing down. Going to be coming into the box now. She's going to enter it with around 30 seconds left. Now she's coming along, needs to take a massive jump over to that ring, which she gets. A very big jump there. With 23 seconds now, she dismounts, coming along into time's ticking, Travis.
Yeah,
okay.
She's doing good. She's had a couple close calls, but she is really getting a good pace. She only has 10 seconds left, though, Billy.
Here she goes, 7 seconds now as she comes down onto the penultimate obstacle around the bend. And now she's going to be dashing along, over sliding into home, and time runs out barely just as she isn't able to get over to the buzzer in time. That's going to put her down as a fail on around the bend, but still an amazing way to start out our first look at a few of these obstacles here.
Yeah, definitely. Hallie did a really good job. Seeing somebody actually really running this course makes you understand just how fast they need to go if they want to clear this course and hit the buzzer. You really have to do that mental prep before you run your course, because you need to know what obstacle is next. Where do I go now? Because you don't have time to sit there and figure out what am I supposed to do next. So a lot of tricky challenges today, not just from the obstacle standpoint, from the mental standpoint too, Billy.
Absolutely, but now this is where the testament is going to be stood out here. Riley Benediga coming through now, and she is our reigning female kids world champion, and she got first place at Fitset Ninja only a couple weeks back, and now here she is getting ready to reign more Premier Series action and absolutely blow every obstacle out of the water straight through. No need for an extra backswing on time's ticking. You can see her kind of just moving along through. 20 seconds now for the last two obstacles, Travis.
Yeah, she's flying right now. I love her technique on almost all of these obstacles. She's going so fast, but controlling it really well. Oh, no!
No! Oh, no! Riley just at the very end there. That final stepping stone was the death of her placement course run, sadly. Just missing that final stone so close to the buzzer. Oh, man, it was nearly there.
Yeah, I really thought she was going to be our first finisher of the day. She had the time left on the clock, but that is just a tricky obstacle. You're having to go so fast, but then the balance element of that sliding into home obstacle, you have to be patient. It's kind of a mental switch up that these athletes are having to do, because you need to be going fast, but then be patient while you wait as you slide down that skateboard tech. Oh, that's a tricky one, but great job from Riley.
Absolutely incredible way to properly set the foundation, really close to the buzzer there. That's going to put her in first so far, but we still have 5 females that are wanting to get that top spot going into the challenge course. It's going to be very beneficial for them, I think, especially because this is the first division of the weekend as a whole. They literally haven't seen anyone else go at these courses, so I think a later placement in the grand scheme of things now is really going to benefit them.
Yeah, definitely. It is tough. Like I was saying, being the first runner, just being the first age group going is tricky, because they are kind of the guinea pigs, if you will, having to get everything worked out and familiarized for the rest of the athletes all weekend. So very challenging, but yet it's just another one of the mental obstacles these athletes have to overcome.
All right, then here we go. Charlie Vartanian coming through now. 40 seconds as she slides on through, entering the box now. 35 seconds. She's going to take a backswing and try and put herself in that box. Oh, one more to be safe.
Ooh.
Very good, coming out of Eugene, Oregon. Only a state below Washington right here. She's going to take a massive jump out here onto the ring. It takes a lot of courage to do it, but she gets it. There we go. One more swing on through out to this UFO, but time is ticking here. She's taking a bit of time moving along through these obstacles. She hasn't fallen though, which is great. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Charlie just whiffing one of those moves off screen there. That is ultimately gonna get her down. Oh man.
Yeah, I think she probably succumbed to a bit of nerves there, Billy. She was a bit hesitant on several of those swings and grabs, but that's okay. That's what's great about the placement course format, is some of those butterflies are now worked out of the system. And so the competitors can come back for the challenge course really ready to go, really honed in. She might wind up getting an earlier run spot than she might have wanted in the challenge course, but her day is definitely not over, so it's okay. She will be back and ready to go.
Indeed. So we still have a lot more things that can happen in the grand scheme of this kids' female specific competition. And we're going to be seeing what happens next with our next competitor, Alexandra Milligan. Been doing ninja for about a year, 7 years old, and this is her first year competing in the WNL. She's done many other leagues. And last year at Worlds, she also does a bunch of Spartan and CrossFit too. So she has the athletic ability and she's channeling it very well coming into this Premier Series placement course.
Yeah, what I'm really liking right now from Alexandra, she's a little smaller in the height department, but she is very aggressive and she's not wasting hardly any time or movements right now. So look at her go right there through very fast.
She's trying to make up as much time as possible, but then again, time is ticking. Only 5 more seconds as she's coming through to the final couple of obstacles. And as she's trying to make her way through these spinning discs, then time is going to run out. Sadly, well done to Alexandra Milligan. 2nd place so far behind Riley.
Yeah, that was really a good run from her. She did look really aggressive. Obviously, wound up in the end taking a little bit too much time making her way through those obstacles because though she fell, she was going to time out there. Again, it just shows just how tricky this course is that they've put together at Life Force Ninja.
Absolutely a lot to offer when it comes onto a course like this. They know what they're doing at Life Force. They know the latest tech. They know what these athletes are capable of and how they can push their limits. And for a lot of these athletes, Ninja literally is their life force. So I'm very excited to be seeing how it can all play out for these kids and everyone else in the respective divisions too. So I'm very excited to see how it'll go. And we're going to be moving on to our next competitor right here, Gracelyn Stueds.
Yeah, it looks like Gracelyn, it comes all the way from San Diego, California. So she's traveled a bit to come up for this competition, but she's looking good so far, Billy.
Indeed, she is making her way into the box and is now exiting it. And is going to make the turnaround on the disc. She's actually matching Riley for the fastest pace so far, getting a bit of a run up, going into that TikTok and immediately dismounts. Here we go, Travis. This could be big.
Yeah, definitely. I think she probably lost a little bit of time there, but she is looking very confident. If she can make it through this, she might be able to do it, Billy.
Here we go. 10 more seconds now. Just needs to get a bullseye.
Oh,
no! The foot just... Oh, it slid behind her on the skateboard right there, and Gracelyn's so close to that buzzer. She had the time to do it as well, but unfortunately the skating on an angle just seems to be getting our athletes here today.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd movement if you're not used to it, if you haven't trained that, because you obviously need to get your weight really forward. If you hit that slanted skateboard type platform straight up, there's no way your body weight is gonna hold out. You're gonna have to be a little more forward, and it looked like she got a little caught off guard by that. So one of the more tricky, rare obstacles, but she still did a great job. We'll see if any of these females can hit the buzzer, Billy.
We only have 2 more that have the ability to do so in this division right here for the kids females. The first of which being FitSet's Nora Reed out here, bounding across those first couple of steps, and now comes along into the ring and is now going to be entering the box. Takes a bit of a jump up there to get ready, Travis. And just like that, she's going to... No! She's not going to make it into the box. Oh, no.
Yeah, it looked like she was really comfortable, very confident, but in the end there, she was just very short on the swing there. I guess maybe a little hesitation or just not quite being familiar with where exactly she was. I'm not sure. That was a little surprising, but that's okay. We know we're going to see Nora again in the challenge course. So still, she did a good job.
Indeed, she did. And we have only 1 more kids female athlete left for the placement course right now. We have 1 more person who might be able to get into that top spot and go last on the challenge course. It's going to be Aubrey Russell coming from the Ninja Lair in Nevada. Ooh, and crashes onto that trampoline, but she's going to be moving on through regardless.
Yeah, she's looking good. What I'd love to see is if any of these athletes could go immediately right on this, get right into the box without the extra swings, because if you take all these swings, it really is a time killer, Billy.
Indeed it is, but she had the right technique of bounce, of trying to push off the edge of the platform there, and it's worked for her. But then, as you said, Travis, time is ticking. 10 seconds now, as time is literally ticking on this next TikTok. And she goes down on it, sadly. That's going to be it for Aubrey as she puts herself into 5th place.
Yeah, still, it was a really good job from Aubrey. She obviously took too many swings right here. She ultimately fell, though. It wasn't an issue of timing out, but she did a really good job. I'm kind of surprised, Billy. I thought we'd see some buzzers hit by that female division. Hopefully the males were paying attention and they can build on the success that we saw of the females.
Absolutely. If you look at the top 2, we were so close to getting a buzzer there. Literally, the final move is what got to them. But as you said, we have 11 amazing male kids out here from both the States and Canada. And we're going to be seeing if any of them are going to be able to move on to the challenge course with a buzzer in tow. And the first person who has the capability to do so, coming out of British Columbia, is Samuel Van Galen.
Yeah, and even though the females have already run, he is the first male. So it's still a little bit, what we were talking about earlier with the very first runner of the day. He is the first male to go. And so he's going to kind of have to set the bar high for the male division. We'll see if he can do it. And I talked about this a little bit earlier, Billy, but the mental preparation before you run a course, so important, especially on a fast course like this. You really need to know exactly what is coming when, so you don't waste any time and you're mentally ready.
Precisely so. Samuel out here on this course now. You can see him moving along through without problem. Probably one backswing needed. You can see him tucking his knees back in to his body. And now he's going to be utilizing that nunchuck. No, he's not. Straight into that ring there. He's going to be making a turnaround, and with 25 seconds left, he's going to come on through to time's ticking, which it is literally. We can see here 10 seconds remain for Samuel as he comes on in to the final part of the crisscross laches. And with 5 seconds, he's going to be trying his best to move on down the rest of the course, but time is going to run out on Samuel, which is unfortunate because he was about to attempt the skateboard going down, sliding into home there, Travis. Very well done.
Yeah, he really looked super good. I thought he was going a little slow, but yet he was so close to hitting that buzzer. So I think that just goes to show that if some of these athletes can maybe take 1 or 2 fewer extra swings or extra movements, and obviously they don't fall, I think they definitely can hit the buzzer, Billy.
Absolutely. It's so possible. We've seen it nearly be done all competitions so far. We have 10 more kid male athletes that have the capability to get that buzzer. And we're going to be seeing a lot of skill demonstrated on this course. The first of which is going to be Ira Vagert coming through out of Minnesota. You can see him here moving along through, going to enter the box with about 33 seconds. Nice, just only needing one backswing. 30 seconds now as he comes on through. Ooh, going to take a backswing to try and reach out to that disc and dismounts immediately. Very well done.
Yeah, he's doing good right now. Just still looks a little, when he gets to each obstacle, kind of like, where exactly am I going right now? That's where that mental prep is so important. But he's still looking pretty good, but he is running out of time.
Here we go. Only 5 more seconds. He's going to try and bound through the rest of these obstacles, but after those stepping stones, it's just going to be it for Ira. Unfortunate there. He had to go for the fast maneuvers there in order to try and have a glimpse at the buzzer.
Yeah, he did a good job. And where he went out on those steps, it is actually really tricky. You have to go through that fast because time is of the essence, but that is no joke to do that super quickly with accuracy. So very tricky obstacle, but he should keep his head held high. We know he's going to come back in the challenge course ready to get it.
Absolutely. AJ Boyko is going to be coming through now, coming out of Hit Squad Ninja Gym in Arizona. One thing I really do like about Life Force as a gym is that it's so big and so famous. A lot of people from the neighboring states and the West Coast predominantly come on through. A lot of people, a lot of great athletes really strive here. AJ is going to be one of them out here on this placement course. And as he comes on through to enter the box with around 35 seconds, he's going to try and go in on this swing, possibly, which he does. Nice.
Yeah, and definitely one thing I've been noticing today already, Billy, is as we're getting late into the season, well, he missed that dismount the first time. We're seeing some repeat competitors from earlier in the season, AJ being one of them. So there's a lot of experience here, and these kids are here because of a reason. They earn it.
Absolutely. We can see AJ coming along through, but with 3 seconds left, we're seeing a lot of athletes starting to time out in the middle of the around the bend obstacles. So it seems like we're going to have to see a bit more speed coming through with these kids out here. But I understand it is a very difficult prospect, especially in a very high-end competition setting like this.
Yeah, definitely. We've said it already, but just even one or two extra swings here or there can be the difference between timing out and hitting the buzzer. So if at all possible, these kids remaining, they really need to cut down the extra swings, especially on exit the box, if they want to hit that buzzer.
Precisely so. Now we have Kai Davis Martins coming out of Skyhook Ninja Fitness in Oregon. We have a large Skyhook team that are going to be appearing throughout the course of this weekend, and Kai showing them what they're supposed to be doing on this course here. 28 seconds as he's coming on into times ticking and immediately dismounts Travis. This could be huge.
Yeah, definitely. He's got that sense of urgency that I like to see in the placement course. He's got a great amount of time left. If he can just do it without a mistake, Billy.
Just needs to be careful. Just the skate down one more. No!
Oh, no!
Right there, mate. Oh, man. Kai Davis Martins right at the end. Almost had it. It was going so well up to that point. I think one of two things might have happened. He put out his leg on a platform that's out of bounds, so he might have done that, and that was his cause for going out. Or he could have misstepped that final stepping stone, and that is what could have gotten him. But man, that was close.
Yeah, he was blazing, Billy. He was going so fast, and it was getting really close to timing out, but he definitely, I think, would have gotten that. What I think happened when he was dismounting right before hitting the buzzer, I think one of his feet landed off of the mat before he could hit that buzzer. So close.
We can see Theo Pasick now coming through, coming out of Auburn, Washington. You can see here, building up technique. He's just seen Kai go before him, and I think he's been taking notes because 30 seconds onto time's ticking. They are really putting on the afterburners for this placement course run here, Travis. This is brilliant.
Yeah, Theo's doing just what Kai was. He's got that sense of urgency going so fast, hardly extra swings. Oh, he could do it, Billy.
Here we go, just going down, and the platform, yes, there we go! Theo Pasick crashing into the buzzer, and now it is our first clear of the weekend. What a run that was from Theo. That was brilliant.
Yeah, seriously, that was so good. And Theo was one of the shorter competitors, but so aggressive. And right there, that dismount right into the hitting of the buzzer, so classic. That was a great, great run. Well deserving of first place so far.
It seems like on this placement course, you just need to fully send it and also be very precise too, because on that final step, you could see he was a bit hesitant to properly dive out for the buzzer, but his feet were in the correct position as to where he could just go and hit the buzzer and clear the course, and that's exactly what he did. I'm very happy that we finally have a buzzer in this kids division. I wonder if we're going to see any more.
I think we will, but it's great when you see that as a competitor because mentally you're like, okay, this can definitely be done. It's definitely possible. And now it's just if others can do it as fast.
Brady Ridding coming through out of Burnaby, British Columbia, taking the backswings when necessary. You can see he's trying his best to properly swing it into the box, but he's taking a few backswings. That's been costly for a lot of our competitors so far. But finally, Brady gets in now and is going to try his best to exit the box and grab onto that UFO and get down. Yes, lovely.
Yeah, definitely made good course correction right there. Definitely took too many swings, though. That is eating away the clock. He has 5 seconds left.
You can see with these athletes, even though time has just ran out there for Brady Ridding, they are not inherently failing any of the obstacles. They know how to get through them. It's just largely come down to their speed in which they're tackling them.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed over the years, Billy, kind of comes down to experience. I've seen so many ninjas who they have plenty of swing to make the next move, but maybe because of a little bit of timidity or just hesitation, they take an extra swing and maybe another extra swing just to make sure, but they really have to be confident in their training and their skill set, because oftentimes they have plenty of swing, plenty of height to do the next required move. They just don't realize it. So obviously on a course like this where time is truly of the essence, you have to have that confidence, but everyone continues growing and these kids are no exception.
And what is no exception is Murray Oliphant right here, a former Premier Series finalist out here, as we can see representing the Life Force jersey from last year's finals. Fun fact, Life Force is one of only 3 gyms in the Premier Series to not miss a season, and Murray nearly missed out on that TikTok, but he's okay. Lovely to see. 20 seconds now as he's coming through the crisscross laches. Let's see how far he can get here, Travis.
Yeah, that was an incredible save on that TikTok. Not sure how he didn't keep his... Oh, no!
But he's still fine! Grabs... Oh, yes! Look at that! That was class from Murray. And he crashes onto the floor. It's a very hectic ending on that placement course. Oh, my goodness me.
I actually have no idea what I just witnessed, Billy. I totally thought that he had gone down in a couple different spots, and yet he kept going and hit the buzzer, cleared the course. So far, he's in second place. Great effort from Murray Oliphant.
That was absolutely brilliant. That's one of my favorite runs of the entire Premier Series, if I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, my. So, yeah, that's 2 clears so far for the course of today. We've got Theo and Murray in top 2 with a buzzer, which is lovely to see. But, yeah, as I was saying, Life Force, one of only 3 gyms to have been here the entire time in the Premier Series history. One of only 3, including Motus and True Function in the UK. So we love the fact that Life Force is still here, still kicking it hard. And I love to see what can happen next here with Jude Pasick. Oh, no! Oh, just the short grab up there. Nearly had it on that ring. That's going to be it for Jude. Oh, man.
Yeah, you know, that's going to be a bit disappointing to him. I'm sure that is just one of those big jumps and reaches, as we said, especially for the height of this age group, can be difficult. I'm sure he wasn't expecting to go down there. But you know what? It's okay. Like we've said all morning long, he can come back and still do well in the challenge course. We've seen some athletes go out on the very first obstacle in the placement course and then have one of those first run spots in the challenge course and completely demolish the course and get a ticket to the finals. So it's still anyone's game, Billy.
That's the thing. Anything can happen on the Premier Series courses like this. And we're going to be seeing how Andrew Manson, one of our final 3 athletes here for the kids placement course, is going to do, coming out of Edmonton, Alberta. Okay, going to take another go at dismounting. Nice recovery there from Andrew. He's really going to have to go full send in the rest of this placement course, though.
Yeah, he really does. He's not going to have time to waste. And see, even there, that's kind of that mental preparation that I talked about. Everyone needs to really know where they're going. But again, this is a younger age group.
Oh, no! Andrew just kicks out the TikTok from its place there. I think one of the key things with a TikTok move is to make sure that your hands and feet touch the obstacle at the same time, because if your feet predominantly get onto the obstacle before your hands, it can come out from underneath you and absolutely ruin your run there. And it seems like that's just what happened to Andrew Manson, who's in 8th currently. So he's probably going to be one of our first runners on the challenge course. But we have 2 more athletes left to go on placement, and the first of which is going to be Aiden Lakey out here. He's from Minnesota and comes out of Obstacle Academy, and he's getting ready to go out here. He also took third in the first ever mini bucket of chalk competition down in Colorado. So this guy has a lot of comp experience behind him.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen Aiden earlier this season too. So he's coming in with a lot of experience, and you know he's hungry for a buzzer.
Indeed. So Aiden, whoa! Oh no! The send! The send cost him dearly. Oh, Aiden, I understood the idea. It could have worked so well, but unfortunately, he just came up short by the tiniest amount. Aiden was right there, mate. No!
Yeah, that was very surprising. That was incredibly aggressive. That's one of those risk-reward scenarios where is it worth saving a few seconds, but if he would have pulled that off, that would have been epic. But he unfortunately was just a few inches short from that epic dismount. But he's going to be bummed. But still, if anyone can probably hit a buzzer in the challenge course, it is Aiden. He's just unfortunately going to be one of the first runners to go.
Now then, we have one more athlete left, a Life Force Ninja regular, Ben Kuiper, coming through right here and has a lot of experience within the gym as a whole, which is helping him right here, it looks like. 35 seconds as he dismounts, entering the box and now exiting it.
Yeah, having that home field advantage, we've talked about it all season long, but if the competition is where you train, it's your home gym, even if you've never done the course before, it's so helpful just to have the familiarity with the environment. So super good for Ben. He's crushing it right now.
Here we go, moving along into the skateboard, and another clear for the stats right there. 35.10 for Ben. That's going to land him in second place. What a way to end our first placement course out here for Life Force Ninja, Travis. That was class.
Yeah, Ben looked so good. I especially love how he finished the last obstacle. He looked totally in control, whereas some of the other athletes who made it through it kind of looked like it was somewhat organized chaos or something, but he was totally in control the whole way. Very classy, very pretty. That was a great, great run.
Absolute brilliance from all of our athletes right there. Well done to all of the males and well done to all of our females as well. So we're going to be having Crimson Surdy going first on our challenge course after the break, with Riley Benediga taking first on the overall leaderboard for the kids female division on placement. So she is going to be running last. That motive applies for all of our athletes out here for the Premier Series, and I'm excited to be seeing what we're going to be getting for the rest of this weekend. Let's have a look. We have the Mature Kids division, which is going to be happening at 3 p.m. EST, as well as the preteens on at 6 p.m. EST as well. And then tomorrow, the action continues further, where we have our amateur division at 1 p.m., the teens at 3:15 p.m. and then our elite division housing some of the best ninjas in the world at 6 p.m. tomorrow. You guys are not going to want to miss any of these. And Travis, we have just wrapped up our first placement course of the weekend. What's our verdict going into challenge?
Yeah, this is an exciting competition. Speed obviously has been the name of the game today, which is always the case for the placement course, but it's exceptionally fast for this course today. So it's going to be exciting to see all the other age groups coming later today and then tomorrow. But now for this kids division, we have the challenge course coming up in just a bit. I think we've seen a lot of strong ninjas, a lot of potential, and even some who went down a little early. I think they could do well in the challenge course because it's a very, very different style of course, Billy. It's much longer, much more muscular endurance, and really it tests almost every kind of ninja training you need. So I'm excited to see how the rest of this competition unfolds.
It's going to be an absolutely amazing one for the history books in the Premier Series grand scheme of everything. And we are going to be back with you guys in just a moment for when we are getting ready for our challenge course. The first one here at Life Force Ninja. So from Billy Dixon and Travis Rosen, we will see you shortly.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Welcome back, everybody, to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier at Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington. My name is Billy Dix, and I am joined alongside Travis Rosen on the mic here today, and we are about to get started with our first challenge course of the weekend.
Yeah, Billy, it's been an exciting competition so far. This kids age group not disappointing in the placement course, but now we've got the challenge course ahead of us, and I'm so excited to see what the course designer here has created. It's going to be very difficult, I would imagine, but I'm sure very inventive, very creative. I hope to see some incredible performances.
Absolutely. Jaden Welch, a pioneer in the industry of Ninja. He's actually won the award, Life Force collectively has won the best award for the best course design at the World Championships 2 years in a row for 2023 and 24. And it is wholeheartedly deserved of that title, I think. With so many amazing courses and competitions that they run, it is very apparent as to why they got that reward, in all honesty. And I'm very much so hoping that they get it again next year, actually. They are absolutely brilliant when it gets to everything in competition. They hosted the Premier Series finals last year for 2024, and it was absolutely brilliant to see everyone come together on a course that just exemplifies all of Jaden's best strengths as a course designer. And this competition has been always has been perfect so far when it comes to course design, but we have an 11 obstacle long challenge course that we are going to be getting on with in just a moment. We have a time limit of 4 minutes that's going to stand across the entirety of this weekend for every division for this challenge course, and I'm very excited to see what it fully consists of.
Yeah, definitely. You see some pretty interesting and creative names there. Now we're just going to see what these obstacles truly are as we're getting ready to have a demo run shortly. But we mentioned in the last portion, Billy, that this challenge course, it's a very different style course. It's much longer, as you can see from 11 obstacles right there in a 4-minute time limit. Very different than the 45 seconds that they had in the placement course. So this is going to really test all the athletes' test their training, their preparation. It's going to take a lot of stamina, a lot of skill, and yet there still is a lot of agility typically in the midst of these challenge courses. So it's not just all upper body strength. Still, there can be a lot of balance required. Really a true test of all facets of ninja skill.
You really need to be the all-rounder type athlete in a Premier Series competition. You got to have speed in placement, and you need to have dexterity and a near perfect plan for the challenge course. It's going to be a long test of endurance and ninja strength in the grand scheme of things, and I'm excited to see how all of these kids are going to be able to handle it. We can see here we've got our kids' female run order on the screen currently. We've got Crimson Surdy, who's going to be running first, and Riley Benediga, who's going to be going last. Riley was able to nearly get a buzzer on the placement course and got first place overall, so that has gifted her the final placement in the grand scheme of this challenge course. We get to see her go last. She's earned that right as she is gotten the first place in the placement course, and now she is going to be running last when it comes to challenge. So she gets to see all of the other athletes go at this challenge course to see how things are going to go for her.
Yeah, and that really is so advantageous, Billy, to go in that last spot because, again, you really want to see what kind of technique works and what doesn't work. Maybe you have a plan on how you're going to attack a certain obstacle, and then everybody starts falling, doing it the way that you intended. So you can change it up and go about it in a different way. Also, you can also see the times that it takes to get first place. So really advantageous to go last.
Indeed so, but now we're going to be having our course decider, Jaden, have a look at how this course is going to go. We're going to start out with airtime, a couple of swings where our athletes are going to be brachiating through this course right here, and then swinging it, which is going to be a roundhouse type move. Spin hopper comes along through and out. These obstacles are very difficult, dealing with a lot of spinning and physical differences when it comes to directions. And then striding, the giant barrels come after that. Now striding over here. Let's have a look. High flying. Gonna have the opportunity to link a couple of laches. Nice stuff right here so far. Now then, into off the box now, where you grab onto a nunchuck, turn around actually, and then take a... Oh, I like that. It's like a boot scoot, but on a little rail there. I like that. Speaking of rails, we have the cat grab cruiser. We saw a similar thing at Arc a couple of months ago, where we have to take a board and swing it down. And now we have Cane Tech, which is part of Bury the Hatchet out here. We come on through to the Salmon Slammer. We're going to be seeing how that goes in just a second. We can see Jaden moving along through this course right here, climbing up, taking a nice little flip. We have a couple of axe holds there, so I wonder if we're going to be seeing some axes later on for the other divisions. And then we slide on down over to safety. Yo, nice little diagonal swing there. And now, oh my gosh, I just realized all of that was Bury the Hatchet. We now have the Salmon Slammer right here, so Obstacle 9 is going to be very long. Ooh, hold up. Jaden's going to take a second attempt out here to try and gather some momentum ready for this Skate Tech obstacle. How is he going to fare? We're going to see him take a bit of time and move along through, sliding over, and now is going to be taking a little swing out here. I like the directions and the variation in changes out here. And now we have bar hop for the win out here, climbing around the outside of that box, taking a bar. We have a lot of tech in this course. Jaden squatting and getting ready to place it into the ladder, followed by a nice little lache there. Over to this trampoline, climbing up that little board there, and a T-ledge is going to be in play as we slide on down to the buzzer. That is a satisfying end, Travis. What a course.
Wow. Yeah, definitely, Billy. That was no disappointment right there from Jaden Welch with the design of this course. But wow, this is going to be difficult, I think, especially for this kids division. I think there's a lot of really big jumps, a lot of really big grabs that, again, with the smaller height on average from these kids, they're going to have to be so aggressive. And, I've been there, first hand experience, Billy, doing obstacles that are a bit scary, and you have to be just super aggressive and go for it. And that's really what these kids are going to have to do on several of these obstacles. And that's a tricky course. I really want to see how people fare, even just from a time standpoint, because there are so many elements in that course.
Indeed, there are. This is a very common trait in a Jaden type course. We see basically every single ninja fundamental showed off to its maximum capacity. If anything, he really knows how to push the boundaries in what is set in a Premier Series challenge course. He's done this every year since 2023, and it's no different now. We're almost ready to be starting out here with Crimson Surdy coming out of Traverse Fitness in Fairfield, Canada. Oh no! Just the first jump there is going to be a problem there for Crimson. Really going to have to channel in the leg energy here. See how she can fare this time. No! Oh man, that's unfortunate there for Crimson. Going to go out immediately on that course right there. That's going to be it.
Yeah, that she is probably a little frustrated by that. I think in the end, it was just maybe a little too intimidating. I think she could have done it. She just needed to jump really, really as hard as she could. And it just kind of looked like she didn't. Maybe just a little concerned about how that grab would wind up holding and if she would eventually fall if she went for it all the way. So a little disappointing start for her, but hopefully she trains even harder and comes back more than ready next time.
All right, here we go. We have Nora Reed coming through, taking a bit of time to properly get herself ready. It's a very high point in the gym here. Nora's really going to have to commit to this jump. We understand how nerve-wracking it can be, a move like this. She's committed to the jump and she gets it. Now she's in her rhythm. She's now able to reach out to that second wheel and is now coming into the second half of airtime.
Well, and this obstacle right here is not super difficult, Billy, but look at how high she is. She's got a full body length below her. And so that can be really intimidating if you've got that much height off the ground.
We can see Nora taking a stand right in. That's one obstacle I really want to try personally. It looks just so much fun to zip around the whole gym. Ooh, but it looks like we have Spin Hopper. That's going to be quite the challenge here for Nora. One of her retries is going to be used out here. Nearly had it. Just lost a bit of momentum after she got onto that first one. Still a very good effort there. Taking on some very difficult obstacles out here, we can see, Travis.
Yeah, and I even love just how she approached that first obstacle. You could tell she was a bit nervous. It was a big, big leap to that first wheel, but she finally did it. She mustered the courage and she conquered fear right there. And she may have gone out early, but still, she did a good job overcoming.
Indeed. So now then we have got our final six, the first of which being Charlie Vartanian. Out here, 4'4" in both height and wingspan, has been doing ninja for around a year. Charlie's favorite activities when she's not doing ninja are hiking, mountain biking, climbing, skiing, and school. She attends a French immersion elementary school and loves learning French. Okay, lovely stuff. She's very smart, it looks like, so she's able to properly get a grasp of what is needed mentally. She's looking at her hand. She might have ripped it or injured it on the first obstacle there, airtime, but we're going to be seeing how she goes through the rest of this course. But she's out of bounds there off of the platform, so she's going to have to redo the swinging it obstacle. Let's see how she can fare.
It looks like she's a little distracted by her hand. She may have gotten a rip or as some climbers call it, a flapper.
Oh no! Okay, she got the clear on swinging it, but now she has no more retries left. That fall across the mat's gonna have to be counted as a retry for this obstacle, the Spin Hopper. One of her laces is untied. So she's gonna get her shoe tied up, getting ready to go out here on this course. Just over 3 minutes now.
One thing
And
that I
here-
notice, Billy, with this age group on this challenge course, everything seems huge. I mean, every obstacle looks so big, so high up in the air. I really feel like these athletes, if they want to have success, they really have to just be so aggressive and really commit on these skills.
Indeed, so we can see Charlie trying to figure out how to move across these obstacles. We're trying to see how... Okay, she's going back to the platform, possibly for a run-up, maybe. And yeah, she's going to go for a run-up, gets onto the second, gets onto the third, and there we go! Charlie gets through the obstacle and is now going to be coming through the giant barrels.
Yeah, that was great. You looked like she was still a little unsure of exactly what to do, but she was able to be quick and nimble on her feet. And I'm sure I'm a little biased, but I really want her to do well because she's from my old hometown.
Oregon, yeah, here she go. Oh no, that's going to be it. Sadly, got a small... Oh, God, oh, man. Almost had it. I loved the perseverance and the time it took her a lot of time to properly get going on Spin Hopper, but it seemed to have worked. She was able to properly think through the obstacle, and it worked very much in her favor. And now we're going to be moving on to our final 5 female kids competitors, starting with Aubrey Russell.
Yeah, so far this course is really showing just how difficult it is. I think that Aubrey was looking good. She was starting to get into a rhythm a little bit, but she had already used the 2 retries that these athletes are given and unfortunately went out. But let's see if Hallie, or actually no, this is Aubrey, I'm sorry. Let's see if Aubrey can get it. Charlie is who I was talking about.
We can see Aubrey coming through here. I'm trying to save as much time as possible. 3 minutes 45 as she's taking the backswings necessary to reach out to the second half of airtime. Coming along through, taking a nice swinging approach and gets onto that pit pillow and is now advancing through to swinging it.
Yeah, again, too, another one of those mental obstacles these athletes have to overcome is when you...
Oh
my!
Just misses the platform there. It seems like one of two things can be resulted in a successful outcome. You can either stop your feet immediately when you get there, or let the entire ring swing out, and then as you're coming back on it, dismount. And none of them worked there, sadly, for Aubrey. Actually, no, it did work, kind of. So she's now onto the start platform for the stair hopper. Let's see how she can fare. Trying to shake out a few nerves here. Let's see how she can fare. 1, 2, no! Sadly, she's going to go out on stair hopper, the third one, claiming to be a bit too much for her, and that is going to be still a very well done effort there, especially on those first couple of obstacles. Very well done.
Yeah, we've already talked about it today, but not only is this course in its entirety very difficult with very challenging individual obstacles, but there's just this whole intimidation factor, I feel like, with so many of these obstacles that a lot of times we don't see that, where you have these obstacles that are either seemingly scary or just super, super tricky technique that can really intimidate an athlete. But we'll see if Hallie Gavin can fare better.
We can see Hallie right here demonstrating a lot of courage and trying to not hold back on any of the moves. And that's a necessary characteristic that these ninjas really need to have on a challenge course like this. It's very long and a test of endurance, and a lot of courage must come from it. Ooh, but slips off that platform. But it's going to be used as a retry on the stair hopper, which isn't the best prospect, to be honest with you, because it means you have to do this in one move, but she got it! Lovely stuff there from Hallie, 1 minute and 3 seconds ahead of Charlie to this point, too.
Yeah, she was so aggressive on the spin hopper there, looking really good. I'm a little surprised. I'd think that some of these athletes would be watching what is working and what's not for some of the others, because it seems as though some of the same techniques are being replicated that are showing to be a little difficult. But right now, Hallie's going further than any other female so far, so she's looking good.
You can see her hopping through the striding steps out here, and she's now coming through. Has to properly jump. Oh, that was a tumble and a half there for Hallie. Sadly, she's going to have to retry that obstacle. Hopefully, she's not too hurt. She's going to have to move on through these strides again, hopping through. Nice rhythm she has going there, but now she will probably be a bit scared by that obstacle, but no problem at all for her. But she's now ran out of retries, and she's only halfway through this course here, Travis.
Seriously, Billy, I cannot give Hallie enough. That was incredible. That had to have been in her head a little bit. I'm sure it did hurt a bit on that fall, and she got right back up and she conquered that. That is so impressive.
We can see her now not having a problem on high flying. Definitely not a fear of heights to be seen from Hallie so far. As she comes into the box, and she's going to be going around it, possibly, onto that first nunchuck and grabs hold of that disc and reels herself in from the cliff. Smiling a bit as well while she's planning out her move. Takes a massive jump. Oh, you could see her arms were fully extended to try and reach out, and it worked for her. She's now on cat grab cruiser.
Yeah, honestly, Billy, I was so scared watching that. I thought she was going to maybe peel off. She had just the perfect grab, though, and was able to dismount it perfectly, and she is still looking really good.
She's trying her best to move up to that cane, which she's grabbed so far, and now needs to properly get her swing going. Ooh, manages to slide it a bit down the track with one hand. She does have quite a low grab, though. Might want to get a bit higher to gain more control.
Yeah, but still, look at her fight through that. That is so impressive. Such good work out of Hallie right now.
We can now see her just over a minute for these final 3 obstacles, but Bury the Hatchet is very long. We can see her moving through on those cliffs and is now going to be taking a grasp onto these axe holds by the fingertips there.
Wow.
Holds onto them.
That was an incredible grab right there. It looked like she was going down, but somehow she was able to make it.
Oh, yes! Just the bare grip on the side of the board there. Travis, this is astonishing right now.
Yeah, seriously, she had a little bit of some bobbles at the beginning of this course run, but she is looking like she is totally in charge right now. This is so awesome, and she hasn't seen anyone else do it other than the demo runner.
We can see a 20 seconds nice catch on the silver bar, and with that, she's going to be dismounting in just a second. And with that, another obstacle is cleared. With 10 seconds left, I don't think another obstacle can be cleared at this rate. But regardless, it's still an incredible performance. And she goes down on that obstacle there, the 10th obstacle, the Salmon Slammer. But oh my goodness, what a run to bestow.
Yeah, seriously, that was awesome because she had to overcome so many different things. We saw her take a hard fall, and yet she was able to get right back up and overcome the mental challenge there, and then go through so many obstacles that we hadn't seen anyone do yet. Right there, she was, oh my goodness, she was so close to not making that, but such good stuff from Hallie there. That was really, really impressive.
I feel like on every attempt on that obstacle right there, the final bit of off the box where you jump over to those pipes, my heart is gonna skip a beat. It's very, very nerve-wracking having a look at all of these kids fully extend their arms out to grab on. Now let's see if Alexandra Milligan can one-up Hallie's performance and maybe get a full course clear. And she's moving through with a solid pace so far.
Yeah, definitely showing some good strength and skill. Whoa, I thought she was going to dismount right there. A little crooked. Oh, she's made the right correction. She's looking good.
You can see her gets on top of that platform. Takes the swing over. Nice technique. That's what I was on about earlier. Waiting for the swing to fully go and then dismounting at its peak. Alexandra. Ooh, takes a stumble on Spin Hopper. Now he's going to have to use her final retry on this obstacle right here.
Yeah, it does seem like you just have to commit on
Oh, no! The foot tap! She was right there, mate! Oh, you could see a bit disappointed in her eyes, and rightfully so, honestly. She was so close! Went through the first 2 obstacles without a problem, and then the final few movements on Spin Hopper took her out. Oh, how sad.
Yeah, I really thought she was going to make it. You could tell that she was getting a little off balance, but I thought she was going to still make it to that landing platform, even if she was twisting a little awkwardly in the air there. But unfortunately, her foot did touch the ground, and oh, that's disappointing for her, I'm sure. But she still showed a lot of good skill there, so she needs to keep her head held high. That was good stuff, Alexandra.
Now then, Gracelyn Stewart's kicking out the final two female athletes out here. This also means that Charlie and Hallie have punched their tickets to the Life Force Finals, and we're going to be seeing if Gracelyn Stewart's is going to be able to join them. Oh, wow! That was fast. Not a pause going in.
Oh, wow, look at that.
To spin hop it. Oh, my goodness me. Gracelyn coming through. Not a pause! I was going to say not a pause to be seen, but we're going to be having her take a retry. The first of her run on this obstacle right here. The giant barrels not proving to be a problem for her second time around. 3 minutes, 15 seconds as she is going to hang tight for a second and boot scoot all the way down. Nice technique there. Taking some big strides. And I think this point in the course now, Travis, is where these kids are really going to start to showcase their skills.
Yeah, definitely. You can see Gracelyn has a lot of speed and aggressiveness, especially on some of this balance type stuff. She goes so quickly and so powerfully through it. It's super helpful for her to do it that way.
Makes that Lachey by her fingertips, though. We're going to see her put in a lot of power on these next couple of moves with 2:40. She's aiming for a bit more of the left here as she changes her direction and is now going to look at going in and out of the box.
Yeah, I think she's looking really good right now. She's taking a little time, getting some chalk right now, getting a little breather. That's always a good move if you're not sure exactly how you're feeling or where you're going next, just to kind of keep yourself mentally calm and collected. And she's just really looking good. But this is the big jump right here, Billy, what you were talking about.
Here we go. Gracelyn can either end with a clear on this obstacle or a belly flop. It's going to be a clear. Look at that. Gracelyn coming through with a very good sense of power there. And is also 14 seconds ahead of Hallie to this point. So we could have a new leader if she carries on this pace.
Yeah, I love the power that we saw from her on that jump. She had no issues whatsoever. It was never in doubt if she was going to make that grab. She looked completely in control, and she's looking great right now on these canes.
Swinging along through the rest of the track, 28.1 seconds ahead to this point now. And with a minute and a half, she's really going to try and get through Bury the Hatchet as fast as she can. But she also needs to be very careful here. If she messes up at one of the final points of this obstacle, she starts all the way from the beginning of it. So it's very difficult to try and judge how fast you need to be here.
Yeah, that's something we see every competition. Sometimes people fall at the end of an obstacle and they use one of their retries, which is great to have. But if it's a long, difficult obstacle, you then have to redo the whole obstacle again. That was a great cat leap there. She's looking really, really strong right now, Billy.
Indeed, she is. She's now going to be taking hold of the bogies right here, grasping on for dear life. At the top of Life Force out here is going to be sliding down onto a couple of Lachey's here as she changes her direction and builds up for a massive dismount here. And with 35 seconds, she dismounts and she's now on the Salmon Slammer.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Whenever you get an athlete towards the end who maybe has enough time to clear the course or go at least further than we've seen so far, it's always exciting. And right now, Gracelyn is doing phenomenal.
Look at this. 15 seconds left, though. We have a new leader who is now on to the next bit of the obstacle. Can she make it through here? With 7 seconds, she's a bit stuck, Travis. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think she's going to time out, but oh, look at her. She still has so much fight left.
Oh, there we go. And a tough tumble from Gracelyn Stewart's as she tumbles down. But that is absolutely brilliant right there. A precedent.
Yeah, she did so good. She's definitely deserving of her current first place. I believe she is. And I think it shows that it definitely can be done. I think she just, had she gone just a little faster on a few obstacles here or there, she might have been able to clear that course. So definitely it's doable, but there's only one female left to go. So for at least the female division, we'll see if a buzzer can be hit.
Indeed so, and we have one more athlete, and it is a great one. Our reigning world champion in the kids female division. It's going to be Riley Benedega, coming along through now. Riley has nothing to prove. She is absolutely incredible. She already qualified for the Premier Series finals in Fitset Ninjas qualifier, and she's here purely for vibes on Life Force, and she's representing the jersey that she got from last year as she made it to the finals that were held here at Washington in this Life Force gym. And we're going to be seeing how Riley's amazing skills are going to be on display throughout this whole course. Oh, almost overshot that step there, but not a problem from Riley so far. And with 3 minutes and a half through the giant barrels, she's moving through at a very quick pace, Travis.
Yeah, she really is. She's looking really good. Coming off that swinging in obstacle, it's always curious to know what kind of technique are the athletes going to take, but she very wisely stayed on that first step just to collect herself. But oh, she's going to go fast. Oh my goodness.
Oh, slips out on that log, but still manages to do it. That's just one of the many parts of Riley's skill set, as she's able to move on through these laches in a very powerful way. She's keeping the momentum necessary to move through these obstacles, and she's doing incredibly well doing so.
Yeah, seriously, I can't even begin to explain how difficult a spinning obstacle like that is, especially when you go slow. Typically, you have to sprint as fast as you can, but Riley went fairly slowly through it, but still was able to do it. No issues.
Oh my goodness me, the fingertips on that jump always get to me. Riley absolutely made me skip a couple of heartbeats right there. That was incredible. She is having a bit of trouble getting a proper start on Cat Grab Cruiser because she's so small, but she's able to move on through without a problem. 33 seconds ahead of Gracelyn in first currently.
Yeah, so impressive right now. What we're seeing from Riley, definitely what I expected to see from her, especially the last runner-up. She is looking so confident and so poised. This is really, really exemplary ninja skill.
Here we go. Riley Benedega makes the jump. Nice cat grab. Moving over to the bogey section of Bury the Hatchet, as she just immediately reaches out to that ring and gets the directional corrections out here. Moves straight on to that green bar and is now going to take a heavy dismount. And Riley is your winner for the kids female division at Life Force's qualifier, but she's not done yet. She has 1 minute and 25 seconds left for 2 obstacles. A clear is in the question.
Billy, she has so much time left. If she just stays focused and dialed in, I think she could definitely hit a buzzer right here.
It's insanely possible. We can see Riley dismounting and getting ready for the second area of the Salmon Slammer. Good strategy, keeping hold of that ring to conserve your momentum when you're swinging off of this back and forth pipe. And now onto the final obstacle. Bar hop for the win. Going to climb around the outside of the Life Force box and is going to take a grab onto the bar. Get the cross grip ready as she's going to insert it into the salmon ladder with expertise, and now needs to take the grasp upward onto the bar, and now dismounts onto the second salmon ladder bar, onto the trampoline, and is now going to climb up this truss and try her best to get onto this bar. Oh, literally by the fingertips. And with that, Travis, with the grasp of the T-ledge on bar hop for the win, Riley is going to get another challenge course clear in the Premier Series.
That was so incredible, Billy. She had 13 seconds left. That was like a ninja clinic she was just putting on, showing everybody, hey, if you want to know how to do it, this is exactly what you do. That was so incredible. I hope the guys were paying attention, because even for them, that's going to be a tough performance to beat.
Oh my Lord, look at that. That's brilliant. We expect nothing less from our kids female world champion in Riley Benedega. Look at that, Bartek, for literally, what, a 6-year-old? No, an 8-year-old. Still, Bartek at that young is brilliant. And with that, we are now going to be transitioning on to our kids male division, starting out with Jude Pasick.
Yeah, well, like what I just said, hopefully the males were paying attention. I really hope that they were, because there were some incredible just skills on display and technique on display. Well, both of what you should do and in some cases what you maybe shouldn't do. So hope they were paying attention to the females. And first up, Jude Pasick, you know he wants to get some redemption. He went out really early on the placement course. So let's see if he can get this right here.
Right, let's see if Jude is able to put on a starting clinic for this division. Jude is going to be building up some momentum on these flywheels. Nice. Okay, now he's coming along through. Age 6, coming out of Auburn, Washington. Going to be taking some large swings out here to then pull back and dismount onto the pit pillow, and is now coming along through to swinging in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to
sizing up.
Yeah, I was going to say interesting to see. Oh, good save right there.
Nice.
I think that's the safer of the two strategies on how to dismount that, but he almost landed off the side of that landing mat, but great save. He's looking good right now.
You can see Jude moving along through. Moving along, taking the backswing. Let's the boot scoot commence. Oh, got a lot of airtime there, but too much. He's okay. He can use his hands on the striding steps out here, and is now going to be taking a run up for the spinning log, which he gets effortlessly. And he's now halfway through the course, coming into high flying.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing right now from Jude, Billy. He's looking really, really good. I was curious to know how he would fare just, coming off of his placement course performance. And
just a bit short on that first lâcher there. So Jude is now going to take his first of 2 retries on this course. He's got to make it through this obstacle, though, if he wants to carry on.
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge for him. He's a little bit on the shorter side, so he's going to have to get such a big swing here.
Oh, but that lâcher is going to prove too much for Jude out here on the challenge course. But we can see a smile on his face. He is very happy with how that run went.
Yeah, I still think he did incredible there. That was a good performance. He did so well on so many different obstacles and had some great saves too. That was a good performance from Jude. Well done.
Absolute brilliance. Lovely way to start out our placement course out here for the kids male division. Now we're going to be moving into Aiden Lakey coming out here. He is from Rogers, Minnesota, and he trains at Ninjas United and Obstacle Academy. Showing a love from the sport from age 5, Aiden dedicates his free time to building his ninja skills and loves competing too.
Yeah, I'm really curious and excited to see how Aiden handles this course, because he is one of the more experienced male ninjas in this competition, has done really well in past competitions, but he had an unexpected early fall in the placement course, and that's why he is our second runner-up. So he could still do really, really well, but no one has done it before him for the males, so we'll see how he does right now.
You can see him moving along through these obstacles without a problem so far. And Aiden Lakey taking the dismount. Nice. Just letting that ring do its job fully. And is currently 20 seconds ahead of Jude to this point too. As he nearly bounded across the spin hopper. But he's going to take a second glance at it out here and give it a second go. And no! He got onto the final spin hopper, but sadly goes down and out on it. You could see here, had a very good technique on swinging in, but on that final step, just couldn't hack it.
Yeah, he just got a little off on his balance. That is such a tricky obstacle, because if you don't hit it right, it will spin in an unexpected direction and throw you off. And Oh, you know that he's heartbroken for that, but oh, keep training, Aiden.
Now then, Andrew Manson coming out of Edmonton, Alberta. Here we go. As he moves on through the airtime right here, coming along through bar after bar. Not a problem so far. As he takes a massive swing down onto the pit pillow. Going to take an extra backswing from that ring. And is now coming along through swinging in. Ooh,
wow.
Yes, that was great there. You could see Andrew conserving his energy throughout the entirety of the spin hopper. And he's now on to the giant barrels. He's going to take a second to properly set himself up on the backswing of this boot scoop. And he is all sorted.
Yeah, he's looking really good. With the funny thing on the spin hopper, it almost seems like, oh no, that he went down on that. He's going to have to try again. He's going to have to use a retry right now. And this is one of those tricky mental spots where you have to overcome that, what you just fell on. So let's see if he can get it on try number 2.
Right, here he goes. Runs up and not a problem there for Andrew Manson. Gets onto the dismount platform without a hitch. And is now going to be coming through onto these laches out here on high flying.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get a bigger swing. Oh, good. That was nice.
Gets onto the swinging trapeze now. And is going to try his best to get over to this final bar, which he does without a problem. And is now going to reel himself in by the feet. And now attempt the next obstacle, which is going to be still a part of high flying. No, it's not. It's going to be off the box as he moves along through that nunchuck. Tries to turn himself around on the box. And now the big jump that is to be feared. Going to try his best and commit to it, which he does. Oh, no! Literally, he nearly had it. You could see his feet were on the platform, but his balance naturally tipped back from the dismount there, Travis.
Yeah, he was so close. And it's kind of an odd obstacle because there's so much swing that you generate by just having to jump out as far. So to not actually make it to the landing platform, I was a little unexpecting of that. But oh, great on try number 2.
Easy redemption there for Andrew Manson as he now comes into the cat grab cruiser. He's going to try and get a push off of the platform, and it works for him. It seems like you almost need to unlock the cat grab. It's a pretty weird mechanism, but Andrew properly gets a hold of it and is now going to take the push back off of the wall to then get onto the cane, and now his tech is going to have to be on lock.
Yeah, there's been several times through this run where he looks like he's gotten a little stuck, but he always makes the proper corrections, so that's really impressive.
He's moving along through now without a problem. We can see him traversing along the other side of the ledge now. And he's now going to reach out for those little axe holds, which he gets. Yes, but 50 seconds are left. I don't think that's enough time to clear the full course, but he can definitely get through the bury the hatchet obstacle and still move on to the salmon slammer.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's going to time out, Billy. There's just been a little too slow of pace throughout, but he's still looking good, and I hope he just can keep going, get through this obstacle, maybe even one more.
Here he goes, swinging along down, gets a nice transition into the silver bar, and now the green one. I'm going to take a massive jump over to the platform, and he gets through bury the hatchet, albeit with quite a crazy dismount there. But with 5 seconds left, he's going to try his hand at the first area of Salmon Slammer as time runs out on him. Still, an absolutely amazing performance there from Andrew Manson. 9 obstacles gotten to. That was brilliant.
Yeah, Andrew did a really good job. I love right here, it was almost a kind of just, I'm going for it with everything I've got and see how it fares. And he made it through that spinning obstacle, and he just really looked good.
He did look good. Look at that. A very a properly courageous jump on basically every obstacle possible. It's a lot of courage in a Life Force course like this. And we're going to be seeing how Andrew's position properly holds up here as we now move on to our final 8 competitors, starting out with Brady Ridding. And he's off and running, coming out of Burnaby, British Columbia, as he's trying to get his swing set straight in airtime as he comes along through these swings without that much of a problem out here. Dismounts, nice link onto that ring, which ultimately saves him, and is now going to take the swing over and swinging it down to the dismount platform and overruns it. Now, here we go, Brady Ridding. Oh no, that's going to be it for him. Oh man, he utilized his first retry when he overshot the obstacle. That's going to be it.
Yeah, you know, he's a little upset by that, I'm sure. He still did really good for as far as he went, and hopefully he can just view this as a learning experience and learning lesson. Looked like maybe there was a little more kind of preparation necessary ahead of time just to know exactly how he would be approaching the dismounts on some of those obstacles and how he'd exactly go about it. But still, he did a good job, and he should feel good about that.
Right then, here we go. AJ Boyko coming out of Hit Squad Ninja Gym in Scottsdale, Arizona, ready to put on a great performance out here on the challenge course, and is very apparent with that claim on airtime, skipping that ring, is now coming into swinging it.
We've seen it all day right here, the dismount. It's always interesting. Oh no!
Ooh, there we go, another override there. So we're going to take only one attempt on the spin hopper, which he gets without a problem. There we go. Now onto the giant barrels here. The giant barrels haven't really been much of a problem in terms of actually clearing the obstacle. It's just moving through it that can probably eat up your time. And this boot scoot here has caused a couple of problems that we're going to be seeing AJ take it on right here, which he gets without a problem. Very smooth dismount there, as he now essentially leapfrogs throughout these striding steps, and AJ Boyko now comes into the spinning log, which isn't a problem for him, skipping the intended dismount platform as he now moves into the high-flying laches.
Yeah, he showed a lot of confidence on the spinning log there. It's not an easy obstacle, but he made it look like a piece of cake.
Oh, but unfortunately goes down on the first bar there. So we're now going to be seeing his final retry in action right here with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get a big enough swing. This is another one of those parts where the shorter height for this age group can make this a bit tricky. Oh, yes!
Nice technique there. Because he's shorter, AJ wanted to go for a little cross grip technique where he can face forward on his backswing and get enough momentum that way, and it worked for him. Let's see if he can get onto this final swing, which he gets. Lovely stuff here from AJ so far, as we now move on to the next obstacle out here. 7 out of 11 on off the box.
Yeah, I love seeing when an obstacle, or when an athlete has an unexpected fall and they have to use one of those retries, to see them get back up there and try it again. I love seeing that. So looks like he's getting a little confused right now.
You can see him trying to go back for the nunchuck to try and order his swing in action, and is now trying to face the outside face of the box right there, which he gets eventually. And now he has to take the massive jump, which he misses. It's going to be a flop there, sadly, for AJ Boyko. The first to get unstuck on that move there. Still a very solid run.
Yeah, he did really good. You saw some issues throughout, but he always overcame them until that very end there. He had no more retries available, and that is that big leap that is super tricky, especially if you are a little bit on the shorter side. But still, good stuff from AJ Boyko.
Precisely so. But now then, we have got 6 more athletes in the kids division that are going to be taking on this challenge course. Ira Vegert being the first of them. trains at Ninjas United in Maple Grove, Minnesota. His nickname is Long John Ninja because he likes to wear long underwear in daily attire. And with quite the crash onto that mat, he's going to be coming through into swinging it, which he gets. Yes, nice little save there. Was a bit stumbly on that initial dismount, but Ira coming through, not a problem on the spin hoppers.
Yeah, it looked like he was coming off a little crooked, but he was able to get to that landing platform with no issues.
All right, takes a large reach out to this boot scoot now and gets the dismount without a problem. You can see here 3 minutes 10 as he takes one-legged steps through the striding steps, and oh, that's fine. No, it's not fine. Okay, right, we're gonna see Ira take on the striding steps a second time here, which means he gets to showcase his brilliance on these first couple of steps here. But you can see he's kind of leapfrogging through that first one to gain some momentum, because he knows that if he fell on those, it would be over. But he's through the spinning log second time around without a problem. And now Ira is going to be coming along through high flying.
Yeah, his second attempt there looked so good. Now let's see if he can get a big lache right here. Oh, no issues.
Okay, lovely stuff here. Keeping that momentum going forward. And he gets that without any problems whatsoever. And now 2 minutes and a half as he now moves along into the box and is now going to have his focus on going around it to grab onto that little T-bar.
Yeah, and even right here, this is a testament of the challenge and creativity of this gym. Just getting around the corner of that box, you wouldn't think it's that tricky, but it is in itself an obstacle. Whoa, big grab.
There we go. A very large swing there from Ira. Currently the fastest pace up to this point too. We're going to be seeing Cat Grab Cruiser in the flesh right here as he pushes off of the obstacle onto the canes out here. As he's cruising along these lines, making sure his tech is fully on lock whilst he's moving through with these obstacles. And with a minute 35, he's going to be moving along through to bury the hatchet.
I like what we're seeing right now from Ira. He has only used one retry, so he still has another one left, but he's looking really good. Time might be running down if you are considering a whole course clear, but I don't know. He's still looking good, Billy.
Indeed, he is. A minute 13 currently still on the clock, but he's having a bit of trouble trying to reach out to the board with his hands, it looks like. So he's going to really have to utilize all of his body. Nice! You can see the grimace in his face. He was having trouble holding on, but you can see he's all well and safe on this obstacle. Nice secondary cat grab. As with 55 seconds, he's going to be moving through these bogies onto the ring swings.
Yeah, we're seeing a tremendous amount of effort right now from Ira. He is not giving up whatsoever, and that's what you love to see.
He's moving along here, not a problem. Almost wanted to link that dismount, it looks like. But Ira coming in over 26 seconds ahead of Andrew Manson to this point, and he's in first currently. This is enough time to get through the Salmon Slammer, I think, but he's going to really have to motor on through it if he wants it.
Yeah, you're right. He really has to get going if he wants to get through the entirety of this obstacle. Oh, look at him grimace. He's getting tired, I think.
This is the area of the course now where everything in your body starts to set in terms of lactic acid and aches too. But he's not giving up. Nearly slips off there, but with 1 second left, he's going to try and jump there, and that is going to be it for Ira. Still a super, super well done run there. That was crazy good.
Yeah, he really showed a lot of skill and expertise there, and some good saves along the way as well. Some good stuff. That was a really, really good course run. Close to getting to the end, just timed out. It was not quite fast enough, but still, great job.
That was brilliance right there. Didn't really have to take many retries there besides the striding steps, and he just kind of muscled his way through the rest of these obstacles, which worked out very well for him. He is currently our first place leader with a time of 3 minutes 24.44 after clearing Bury the Hatchet. Lovely stuff. We now have 5 more athletes left in the kids male division, and they are very, very good at what they do. This includes 3 buzzers, and we're going to be seeing our second fastest non-finisher in Samuel Van Galen out of Chilliwack, British Columbia. And he's coming along through without a problem so far. Going to get some good backswing momentum on these wheels as he strides on through to the rest of airtime.
Yeah, what's helpful for Samuel, he's seen so many competitors go by now. He should have a pretty good game plan. Not really sure what he's doing right now. I don't think he has to clear that mat, but anyway, maybe just showing off a little. But he's had so many people to watch. So, oh no!
Ooh, just tumbles off. I think he had a bit of control there going into the dismount, but unfortunately, he's gonna try his best here on Spin Hopper. First time around, not a problem. So now he comes on through into Giant Barrels. Now then, here he moves up. Gonna reserve some momentum with one backswing over to the boot scoot, which he misses. He cleared the obstacle, but it's going to be a retry on striding here. So he has to make it through this balance gauntlet first time around.
Yeah, it's a little surprising seeing some...
Oh, no! The slip on the log is going to do him in. That is an unfortunate... Oh, you can see the disappointment in his face. That's not the result he was after. But regardless, still an incredible run there from our boy Samuel.
Yeah, one of the smoothest people through the spin hopper. He looked like he was just floating through that, no issues whatsoever. So just got a little caught up on some of those dismounts coming in a little too hot, a little too much speed and out of control, unfortunately, but good job.
Right then, Kai Davis Martins. From this run onward, we're now... Oh, nice skip there. Like the 1-3-5 approach on those bars there, coming out of Portland, Oregon. From this run onward, we're going to be starting to see a bunch of our runs be properly certified as finalist material out here. Starting with Kai, it's either going to be Kai or Ira who gets the first spot at the Motus Finals in the kids male division here.
Well, right now, Kai is reminding me of his placement course run. He has that sense of urgency, not wasting a lot of time. Looks like he has a well thought out strategy, and he's sticking to it, looking good.
Here we go, Kai Davis. Yes, lovely stuff there. Gets the dismount. And now he's moving through 3 minutes and 5 seconds as he only needs 2 steps on that log, and he's now in the top 4 currently. And with 8.5 seconds ahead of Ira to this point, if he keeps moving at this pace without any retries, we could have a buzzer.
Yeah, I like what we're seeing. I really hope that he just can keep this going and have no silly mistakes or anything, because I'd love to see him hit that buzzer, Billy.
Absolutely. It's definitely a possibility when it comes to this course here for Kai Davis Martins. And now he inserts himself in off the box. And now is going to take a moment to figure out how he's going to move through and get to the other side of the gym, basically.
Yeah, getting a little stuck, but good use of that disc to just properly reposition himself. Now that's the big jump. Nice.
And he is okay. Lovely stuff. Brilliant dismount there. Still no retries used as of yet. And he has 2 minutes left on the clock, halfway through his time, and he has 4 obstacles left. This is pretty good so far.
Yeah, it is good, but he is, I think, going to have to pick up the pace a little bit, Billy, if he wants to have enough time on the clock to hopefully hit that buzzer, because a few of these last remaining obstacles, they do take a bit of time to get through. So we'll see how Kai Davis Martins does with what's left in front of him.
He's moving through here. Nice stuff on Cat Grab Cruiser. Now bury the hatchet with 1:25 left. He's going to try his best. He's going to chalk up. He knows a lot of grip is going to be needed here.
Yeah, definitely. Chalk is just so important to help you with a better grip, especially on an obstacle like this. These holds are not very easy, especially as you're getting later in the course. Good grab.
Right, here we go. 1 minute left. As he does his job very well of crossing over that gap. And is now trying to figure out where to go next in terms of how the bogeys work here. He's up to the top of Life Force right now. 45 seconds as he tries his best to monkey bar his way through it essentially. Then swings down onto that ring without an issue. And now carries that momentum forward into the Salmon Slammer right now. 33 seconds left.
Yeah, so similar to what we just saw previously, I don't think he's got enough time. He might be able to get through this obstacle, though, if he doesn't have any extra swings or slip-ups, but we'll see.
He's going to move on to the bar right there. I don't think a clear on Salmon Slammer is going to happen, possibly, but he's going to try his best to get as far as he can anyway. If he powers through, it could be possible. Oh, but with one backswing left as time runs out, that's going to be it for him. Nearly made it to the next obstacle. But still, that was an incredible run there from Kai Davis Martins. He's in second place currently, which means that Ira Vagert is now going to be our first qualifier for the Premier Series Finals. But still, amazing stuff there out of Kai Davis Martins.
Yeah, he really did do good. He showed a lot of skill, a lot of poise and expertise. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, just ran out of some time on the clock, which again shows, even though we've seen it is possible to clear this course, it is challenging, and you really need to be on the top of your game running the course without issue, with a sense of urgency. So still, good job from Kai.
Here we go. Murray Oliphant now, a former Life Force qualifier out here from last year as well. A regular out here, comes out of Bellingham, Washington, and is now ready to move on through 3 minute 40. Ooh, a little knee tap, but that's not gonna do him anything bad. Look at that, not a hint of slowing down as he comes on through to the giant barrels currently.
Yeah, I really like what we're seeing out of Murray right now. Even with kind of scuffing his knee there, it didn't seem to phase him whatsoever, and he is looking really, really confident right now.
Here we go. Lovely stuff here from... Oh, no! A slip-up on the striding steps. It happens to the best of us. But now he has a retry in tow. Murray, keep it holding. Yes, okay. And up the log he goes without a problem. That was scary right there. But he's currently on to high flying.
Yeah, he almost had the same mistake again. His foot was starting to slip off, but he was able to hold on to it and made the necessary corrections. Looking good now.
Here he goes now. Amazing Lachey over as he now reels himself in to off the box now. As he takes hold of the nunchuck to then further align himself with the outside of this box to get onto the face of jumping off to that silver frame.
Yeah, that was excellently done right there. I was wondering if he would have any issues jumping out to that grab, but he didn't have any issues whatsoever. Made it look so seamless.
Gonna try and unlock it first off. He's trying to work it out. It is a very difficult prospect. These guys not having the best of luck. There we go. He comes in with a jumping start and finally unlocks the cat grab cruiser. And with 13 seconds ahead of Ira to this point, I don't know if that's going to hold up based on how much time he tried to unlock the slider.
Yeah, that was unfortunate that happened. It might have been another issue just with this younger age group. He's pretty light, and so maybe doesn't have as much weight as obviously an adult would have to get that unlocked. But it was a great effort on his part to get it unlocked, to stick with it, and finally make it through.
All right, here we go. 1 minute 15 as he tries to move along through. Gets the grab onto the hold. And now takes the large jump and cat grab. Ooh! A bit of a slip up there, but holds on to the axe cradles in the grit to properly survive right there. And now Murray Oliphant comes on through. And with 45 seconds, he's going to slide down the ring track. And he's going to try his best to dismount in a fast fashion. And Murray Oliphant has now qualified for the Premier Series finals, guaranteed at least 3rd place. But he still wants more. He wants to get past the Salmon Slammer, Travis.
Yeah, definitely. He's coming in around the same time as we saw from Kai just a little earlier. And I'm not sure, especially he's getting stuck right here. This is going to be a bit tricky. Oh, no!
Oh, but just loses his grip. I think it's around this time now where he's really starting to feel the burn in his hands. He's going to chalk up, and with 17 seconds, he's going to try his best to avenge himself.
Yeah, at this point, it's just try to get as far as you can in this obstacle. I don't think it's enough time to clear it unless he had some sort of phenomenal technique, but looks like he's going to time out, but he's going to keep fighting to the end.
Oh, but just the grip gives way on the salmon ladder bar, and that's going to be Murray's run. But still, brilliant stuff there out of the 8-year-old from Bellingham, Washington.
Yeah, that was a great run. He had a couple little bit of bobbles and slip-ups early, but he always corrected and came back stronger, and some really great technique right there. Unfortunately, he did have to expend a bunch of energy trying to get that sliding door unhooked, but still good stuff.
Brilliant stuff there from Murray. So that makes Murray and Ira 2 confirmed Premier Series finalists even, as we now come into our final 2 competitors of the kids male division. Ben Kuiper being the first, and he's moving along through airtime with no issues so far. Quickly moving through in a quick monkey bar style as he dismounts, bringing the ring to him, and is now coming along through to the swinging in.
I'm actually kind of confused. I don't think some of these athletes... Whoa, no!
Ooh!
I don't think they need to dismount as far as they are, and so I'm not sure if some of them are not necessarily paying as much attention to the runners before them, but seems like some extra strength and energy is being used when it doesn't have to be.
Possibly, but regardless, I don't think it's knocking off Ben anytime soon, as he gets the dismount with his tiptoes there, as he comes through these striding steps. With 3 minutes, 8 seconds, he moves on through the log, and he slips, but he's able to make it through to high flying now.
Yeah, he definitely is looking strong. You can tell that he trains here, looks very comfortable, and that's some good stuff.
You can see him now propping himself, getting ready to go on to this pendulum. He's taking the swings, moving through. As he takes the back swing, he's going to be looking up at the bar in order to see where his hands are going to go, and he gets it. 2 minutes and a half now as he reels himself into the box. Takes hold of the nunchuck and the UFO in order to properly get himself on the facing side to this rod. Can he make it? Yes, he can! Actually, no, he's going to take a second backswing and conserve his momentum to get onto the platform. Lovely.
Yeah, that was good.
Not too far behind the rest of the field, though.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed when he didn't go on that first swing. I was concerned that he would not have enough momentum, but he still was able to expertly make that landing platform.
Let's see if Ben is able to persevere through the rest of Cat Grab Cruiser right now. He's going to take a second attempt at taking the kick off of the door. 1 minute 30 as he grabs onto that cane, merely keeping it a hold there onto that rod. Oh, but he's run out of strength, it looks like. He's going to try and give it a second go and hopefully conserve his momentum.
Yeah, well, if he's running out of energy right now, that is going to be really tricky for him because he still needs so much finger and grip strength. But hopefully just getting a bit of a rest, getting some chalk is going to help him make it through this.
Here he goes. Gonna try his best. A minute now as he grabs onto that ring and looks like he wants to get a perfect push off immediately. He gets the top grab on the cane, and he just needs to channel his energy this way, and he's getting it. 45 seconds. This has eaten up quite a bit of time, though. So he's going to try his best to move on through this obstacle. He's holding on to the bottom of the cane as he slides it through and reels himself in. But now Ben, if he wants to get one of those qualifying spots, he really needs to lock in.
Yeah, he does. He really has to go quickly through this obstacle. I don't know if he's going to do it, but he's shown a lot of tenacity and a lot of fight, so I'm not gonna bet against him.
He's trying his best to orientate his hands in a way that gets him in an alright position to go for this next plank, but time is running out on his way to get there. He grabs onto that first axe hold, but as he's gonna go for the jump, time runs out. That is gonna be it for Ben Kuiper right there. Puts him into 5th place, meaning that Kai Davis Martins is now qualified for the Premier Series Finals. Still an incredible run there from Ben.
Yeah, I really loved seeing how much fight he showed. There were several issues there where he got a little caught up here and there, but he always kept fighting, kept persevering, and that's what you want to see.
Absolutely. Now then, this means that Andrew Manson is on the bubble currently, and Theo Pasic has the power to get his qualifying spot now. So let's see how he is going to fare. Keeps that momentum going through the second wheel as he pulls on through, taking massive swings out here on airtime, skipping the final bar and the ring as he comes on through to swinging in. Lets the ring go fully out and then dismounts when it's stationary. Onto spin hopper, not a problem for Theo Pasic.
Yeah, right now he's not disappointing at all. I've been really excited to watch his run after seeing how much he dominated in the placement course. And right now, this is totally what I was expecting, Billy.
Hopping across the striding steps and the log. Perfection so far. He is currently 7.8 seconds ahead of Murray to this point. If he carries on with this pace, we could see a clear, Travis.
I know, and I was really concerned right there because, again, he's a little bit shorter, but he's got so much power, Billy. He made those laches with no issues whatsoever.
Here he goes, 2 minutes 50, reeling himself into the box and now onto that pipe, into the little cubicle. And with 10.5 seconds ahead of Murray, he's going to try his best to move along through and take the massive jump to the pipe. Here he goes, gearing himself up. He knows a lot of confidence is needed. Whoa, a massive jump.
Yeah, that was so impressive. Looked like he was kind of psyching himself up a little bit for it, and he was just spot on with that.
Okay, 2 minutes 20 now as he comes on through, grabs the cane, and is now going to try his best to move on through. Even though he didn't get a push off of the wall, he's still inching it back. And it's worked in his favor, to be fair. He saved a lot of time there. He saved about 18 seconds just on those moves alone.
Yeah, I mean, he is really flying through this course. And just as a reminder, the previous competitor timed out right here on this obstacle. And look at how much time Theo has. He still has 1:45 left.
All right, here we go. Theo Pasic. Just under 100 seconds now. Fastest time up to this point. If he keeps up this speed, then a clear could be in question.
Yeah, I definitely think it is in his reach for sure. He just needs to keep focused, keep dialed in, and not have any issues, Billy.
Indeed, so you can see him moving through. Nice underbar conservement of energy. And now Theo is your first place finisher at the Life Force qualifier out here for the Premier Series Season 3 in the Kids Male Division. And he's now going to try his best to get that buzzer at the end of this challenge course. And he's released the... Oh, no, he released the bar out of the Salmon Ladder. That's not what he wanted to do. But with a minute left and a retry still in tow for the next obstacle, if he were to make it there, things aren't looking the worst.
Yeah, I definitely think this is still a possibility for Theo Pasic. He just obviously needs to get through this obstacle and have enough strength and endurance to get through the last obstacle.
He's got on to the chevron hold, and now the nunchuck as he pulls back, gets onto the Sam ladder bar without pulling it out, and he's down onto the skater, moves on through, keeps hold of that ring to force his energy this way. Okay, Travis, this could be huge.
Yeah, this is a very big moment. He's got to get enough swing generated to get into that box and then fly into that last obstacle if he wants to get through this.
Here he goes. He needs the for the win. Bar hop on bar hop for the win. Here he goes. Theo Pasic coming out of Auburn, Washington. Time is ticking. He really needs to get it on lock. And no! He's down. He's going to have to give it a second try, but with 9.6 seconds left, he's really going to have to channel it in.
Yeah, I mean, if he could actually do this, that would be incredibly epic. But no, it looks like the time is starting as he first hits that box.
Even though he's going for it immediately, oh, careful! Oh, wow. What a way to finish out that challenge course. Oh my goodness me, we had Theo there put on an absolutely brilliant performance, not using any retries up to obstacle 10. Are you kidding me? That's crazy work.
Yeah, he was really showing such high level of skill on every obstacle that he faced. And that was just great work. Thought he was maybe going to get the buzzer, but unfortunately did just have some issues there at the very end. But great job.
That is your qualifying lineup for the Premier Series Finals in the kids male division for Life Force. Out here we have Theo Pasic, Murray Oliphant, Ira Vaghert, and Kai Davis Martin. What a brilliant lineup for the males. We have our females as well from earlier, Travis. It was an absolutely amazing sight to behold. I absolutely loved that. We have Riley Benediga taking her second first place in the Premier Series currently for this year. Graceland Stewart's coming through in second. Hallie Gavin in third. Then Charlie Vartanian in fourth place. Well done to all of the athletes that also didn't make it into the top four. You guys did brilliant out here today. And Travis, what? Oh my goodness me. I'm speechless. That was great. That was a great way to start out this qualifier.
Yeah, definitely. This is a great way to start off a incredible weekend of ninja action here at Life Force. And huge congratulations to Riley Benedega, only competitor, male or female, to finish that very hard challenge course. So that was incredible to watch her hit the buzzer, but also Theo Pasic putting in a great performance for first place for the males. But like you said, everybody, whether they made it to the finals or not, they did a great job today. This was an incredible way to start off this weekend.
Absolutely, it was. And we still have more action to come. Let's have a look at our schedule for the rest of the weekend. We've got our Mature Kids division coming through very shortly at 3 p.m. EST. And we also have our preteen division that's going to be happening later on at 6 p.m. EST. We're getting ready for that too. The amateur division is what's going to start off the action tomorrow at 1 p.m. And then the teens at 3:15 p.m. And then the elite division featuring some of the world's best ninjas at 6 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time. I am very excited to see what the rest of this competition for this weekend holds. We have a very good gym. We're in very good hands out here at Life Force. And I am super excited to see how things get going out here for the rest of the divisions for Life Force. And from Billy Dixon and Travis Rosen, we will see you guys later. Take care.